Indian Army stands as a formidable force. It not only plays a pivotal role in safeguarding India's sovereignty, but is also renowned for its unwavering commitment, discipline and sacrifices. Every year, Army Day is observed on January 15th to honor the courageous soldiers who safeguard the nation's borders. Commemorating the day when General K.M. Cariappa took command in 1949, it symbolizes valor, sacrifice and dedication. It is thus a day to recognize the indomitable spirit of the Indian Army and express gratitude for their selfless service. To give more insights on the day, we have with us today retired Lieutenant Colonel Manoj K. Channan, who served in the Army from 1983 to 2007. Hello sir, welcome to India TV.
Hello Shivangi, thank you so much for hosting me on your show. I look forward to a wonderful interaction on the occasion of our Army Day.
Yes, so as you said, we are going to talk about Army Day. But before delving into that, I wanted to know what inspired you, to go into the army, to serve the nation. What was your inspiration?
This is a very interesting question. To be very candid and truthful to you, I was following a career path of joining the hotel industry and I was a management trainee with Hyatt Regency in Delhi. And then I happened to visit my elder brother's regiment, which is 72 Armored Regiment at Patiala, for a short vacation. And in that short vacation, I saw that, tanks were something which really sort of were a huge monster of steel that you could see moving around, which sort of was very exciting. And then I got an opportunity to drive the tank there. And then I saw the lifestyle was far better than what the hotel industry could have offered. And soon after that, I appeared for the entrance examination and I was fortunate to be selected. The hallmark of the selection was that in my service selection board, we were about 32 candidates and I was the only one who got through.
So I wanted to know that you've been a part of several missions and operations. Is there any experience that you would like to share with our audiences which had a lasting impact on you?
I've been fortunate to have served in Sri Lanka, where our Regiment 65 Armored Regiment was part of the Indian Peacekeeping Force. And we were the only armored regiment. We had a lot of infantry and we had some of the artillery units also there. That was very interesting because this was a peacekeeping force that went in on 30th of July 1987. And suddenly this peacekeeping turned into peace enforcement on 10th of October 87 when hostilities broke out between the Indian peacekeeping force and the LTTE, which was the main terrorist organization at that point of time.
Okay.
And there was an intense battle for clearing up the access towards Jaffna city or Jaffna town. And that was pretty intense. I mean, our regiment also participated, in this operation and we did suffer casualties. We did lose one officer, one JSU and about 15 other ranks in the immediate battle, and subsequently we had a few more casualties, but they were at a later date and stage. In Sri Lanka or elsewhere, you had encounters. These were very brief, not very, very intense. You were lucky at times to have survived, so that's why I'm sitting here. But there was the only thing that you learned from that operation or subsequent operations was that firstly, you have to be mentally fully aligned with the environment. Your situational awareness has to be 100%. And you should know what your enemy is going to be doing. He's not going to be, it's not easy to catch somebody or kill somebody. It's difficult. That guy doesn't want to be killed. He wants to kill you. So
Right.
you have to make sure that you're smarter and better at what you're doing and sort of apply your mind at that particular point of time as to how you want to get over the situation.
Sir, these were the experiences which I am sure, would inspire others who want to join the army. Now, let's move on to the Army Day. If you talk about Army Day, so it is a day that marked the transfer of power to General K.M. Cariappa, who became the Commander-in-Chief of the Army. So, how significant do you feel it is for soldiers and the army men?
You see, like any institution has a day, Army also has an Army Day. Like the Air Forces has it on the, I think, 8th of October, and the Navy has it on 4th of December. So there are some significant events to which these days have been uh, sort of recognized. And Army Day is, of course, it is the day in which we remember the valor of all our uh, veterans and others who have served before us. And even today, those who are serving in those hostile areas or, icy heights of Siachen and along this line of actual control, which is about, about 4,000 kilometers, where we have an eyeball to eyeball contact with the Chinese today. So
Yes,
the men are committed. The army is always on active service 24/7, 365 days a year. So
exactly.
it's never at a state of rest. It is always on active duty at all times. And therefore, I think, this day is significant to remember what we were and to accept what we are and be prepared for tomorrow's threats.
Now, I wanted to know, how is this day celebrated, the Army Day? How is it celebrated across
So the
headquarters, and what all is done?
so Army Day typically till about I think last year it was always celebrated in Delhi, and then there was a decision taken that we will shift its location. So I think last year it was celebrated at Bengaluru. This year, I given to understand it's being celebrated at Lucknow. So the build up to the Army Day parade is just to give you a little background to it is that the each command has its own Army Day parade, and that is to sort of honor and give awards to meritorious officers, JSUs, and other ranks, as well as give unit citations to the units who have done extremely well in the tasks that have been assigned within that command. So it gives a chance for the army commander to also review his command and review the parade. In Lucknow, as I heard from the chief's press conference, I think it's a procedure, I think, more than the Army Day parade. It's not limited to the 15th. So it's a huge reach out in that area of Lucknow and to the veterans, and maybe have some road shows done or exhibitions done as a motivation for the youth to come in and join the army. So that's what is happening, and I think probably medical camps and other jamborees would be organized, which is a typical army way of reaching out and communicating with your uh, local citizens.
Yeah.
So that's what's the larger plan.
So, sir, now that you have
But
retired, do
that
you still celebrate this day at home or with your friends?
no, normally on the 15th, and I definitely, or the 13th, I definitely do watch the parade from the beginning to the end, which is very nostalgic. It
Yeah.
also you get a chance to see in actual, the award winners who have fought and been awarded for their gallantry. So you get a
Right.
chance to see that. You hear the citation, what action did he do. You also get to see the Veer Naris who have lost their kith and kin, who have been killed in action. So it's nostalgic. I mean, anything to do with the army is always, it's part of you. I mean, it's a part of your DNA. So like they say, you can leave the army, but the army cannot leave you. That's a
Exactly.
very fair one, and that's how it is.
Yeah. So, sir, on this Army Day, what message would you like to give to the nation and specifically to the youth who wants to join the army?
I think the message for the youth is that this is perhaps the most honest profession you can get into. It gives you everything that you can ask for. It'll give you a lot of challenges, adventure, gives you a lot of learning, uh, gives you a great social life. Uh, everything is organized. I mean, when you, but in actual life, it's a lot of hard work. You have your training, your maintaining or maintenance of equipment, uh, your learning, continuous reading. It's well part of the process. And I think people who would want to be part of this excellent force should definitely try for it. There are multiple entry systems now.
So, sir, thank you so much for coming and giving your time, your valuable time to India TV News. Thank you so much and for enlightening us on this occasion of Army Day. And I hope people are encouraged, the youth of today is encouraged by your whole, the stories that you have shared and the message that you have shared. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you, Shivangi. Have a good day ahead. Thank you very much.